All right, everyone, it's Tuesday as of the time of me recording this, and I'm going to be talking about the main event of this UFC Fight Night. It's Brendan Allen versus Paul Craig. Now, I've been pretty excited for this fight. I've been kind of thinking about this fight a bit because, one, I like Paul Craig in terms of, like, he's never won a decision. It's always finishes. And he's coming off of his debut in the middleweight division, getting a win over Andre Muniz. He KO'd him in the second round, I believe, which is pretty impressive of that. And he clearly was supposed to be fighting in the middleweight division. And I know I think I've only really heard it from the MMA gurus say this, but I kind of agree with it, that middleweight division is kind of one of the weaker divisions of these lower weight classes. Like, you get a lot of these high-level talents that have came up from weight class or come down, because you have Paul Craig, who just kind of runs through Andre Muniz pretty easily. You have, like, Khamzat Chimaev, who I think will do crazy things to a bunch of these middleweights. Maybe not as much as we kind of thought after the Kamaru Usman fight, but I still think that he can do good. You have Robert Whittaker, who was a former welterweight, moves up here, becomes champion, is still a top contender. Dricus du Plessis, he's about to fight for the title. He used to be a welterweight. I believe he fought Roberto Soldic at welterweight, I believe. And our current champion, Sean Strickland, used to be a welterweight for quite a bit. Even fought Kamaru Usman, so that's a thing there. So that's a thing. And then you obviously have Paul Craig, as I said, who moved down from light heavyweight. But there was something that I didn't even know. Brendan Allen's a former welterweight, and he also fought once at light heavyweight. And so that made me think. And then Brendan Allen, I think, has been underrated for quite some time. He only has 2 losses in the UFC, and one of them is to the current champion, Sean Strickland. On short notice, he got TKO'd, but he also never, from what I remember, he never went for a takedown in that fight, which was like crazy to me, because I'm like, why would you not do that? It's like your main thing is you are a submission expert. You submitted Andre Muniz. He's the person who actually beat Andre Muniz's or snapped his winning record or his win streak. So, you know, that happened first with that, but he never went for a takedown in that, which is kind of weird to me. But he loses by TKO to Sean Strickland, and then later on he accepts a short notice fight with Chris Curtis. And Chris Curtis hits pretty hard, and he managed to TKO him as well. But since then, I believe he's on a 5 or 6 fight win streak. And he has some pretty good wins so far in there. He's got Krzysztof Jotko, who's pretty good. I'm pretty sure that one was at light heavyweight. I believe so. No, that one was at middleweight, because Krzysztof is a middleweight, I'm pretty sure. But I know he had a light heavyweight debut in that win streak, which just kind of adds to it. The win over Andre Muniz. Gets a submission over him. Andre Muniz is supposed to be the submission expert that everyone's talking about, and he still is pretty good, but that win kind of made me go like, oh shit, this guy's pretty good. And then he beats Bruno Silva, who, you know, I was like, wow, Bruno Silva went 3 rounds with Alex Pereira, like, before he became champion, which is pretty impressive of that. And then, just Brendan Allen just submits him pretty effortlessly, which was, that made me go like, okay, this guy's the real deal. This guy's going to do things that... And he's only 27. And originally I was like, oh yeah, Paul Craig, huge finisher. He's got so much potential. Brendan Allen's been TKO'd. And then I went, well, let's wait a minute, because let's not act like Paul Craig doesn't get finished. This guy's been finished multiple times. He's taken a lot of damage. He got pretty brutalized by, Johnny Walker, to go with that. He was trying to go in for a takedown with that and would not let go, and he just gets, like, hammer-fisted and just dropped and then TKO'd. He lost a decision to, Volkan Ozdemir. He lost a decision to Volkan Ozdemir. He's taking damage, and he's 35 years old. And now I know when you're in the higher weight classes, you can get away with being older, unlike you can in the lower weight classes, but it still just adds to it. Brendan Allen is 27 years old. That's really young. He's already, I believe he's number 10 in the division. He's number 10. He's still super underrated. I was underrating him for some time. This guy's impressive, and I'm pretty sure Paul Craig has also been submitted. I know he's a good submission expert, but I'm pretty sure he's been submitted before. And while Brendan Allen isn't really a KO artist, or I believe he's got like 5 KO TKOs, which is pretty good for that. So he can finish the fight. They are both finishers in this case scenario, and it's not like it's a mismatch or anything. I think both of them have a chance of winning this fight, but I'm leaning towards Brendan Allen. And I say leaning, I'm picking Brendan Allen to win this. I think he's going to get I'm going to go 3rd round submission. That's what I think is going to happen, because I think he is just going to... It's going to be a bit back and forth for a bit, but you're going to notice Brendan Allen's doing better for the other 2 rounds. He's just going to kind of narrowly beat him. He might get some takedowns in there. He might just outstrike him. I don't know what to expect of this fight, and that kind of is exciting to me. But I think he's going to eventually... He might actually rock Paul Craig, and then might go in for a takedown and just get a rear naked choke on him, because that's probably his bread and butter, is getting that rear naked choke. He's very good. Once he has it in there, it's kind of a wrap, if I'm being honest. So that's kind of my prediction for that fight. Super excited for this fight. I've been kind of thinking of it for a while. The card is not the most stacked, sadly, which kind of hurts this card a bit, and I feel like they could have done this card a bit better. Of just like, I mean, it's got like some decent fights. I think it's going to be overall decently exciting, but it could have been better. But, that's my prediction for this fight. Brendan Allen by 3rd round, rear naked choke submission. Super excited for that. But I also think Paul Craig also has a chance of winning. But, Brendan Allen's probably going to win this fight. Bye.